reason why somebody will be talking about you is because when they talk about themselves, nobody listens.
The dreams and to try to chase these men, that try to chase these skirts, that try to chase these shots with flavors that ain't even as sweet as her, my ambitious girl.
You're losing because you were taught to lose before you even had the chance to win. Hey, if you're new here, make sure you hit the post bell notification and subscribe to my channel. If you're a returner, welcome back. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth when it comes to conditioning than I did in my last YouTube video, just because I feel like this plays a big factor on whether a woman decides that she's going to fully go all in on herself or not. And sadly to say that we've been conditioned since we were very young, and I understand that. So I want to share this piece of content out and the result of helping women who actually need to hear this. Women were conditioned to play small, to be nice, to be likable, and to be agreeable, to wait your turn. The crazy part about this is that we started to believe that this is what makes us good women. But being good has never been the same thing as being successful. Most women are waiting for somebody to give them the okay to be exactly who they've been waiting to be and to show up in the world. To show up in the world exactly as they always wanted to show up in the world at. Because you either had to shrink yourself and play small to fit in around others. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If you never fit in, or if you always feel like the oddball, you were meant to stand out. It's literally deliberately done on purpose. You're not meant to fit in. You're meant to stand out and stand on business as well. They told us to be humble, but humility for a lot of women just became a disguise for self-doubt. They told you to be patient, but then that turned into perfectionism and procrastination. Then they told you to work hard, but nobody told you that working hard without a strategy will essentially lead to burnout. And I'm speaking from experience. If you have watched any other of my videos, I always tell y'all that I went from a burnt out hairstylist behind the chair to making money in the online space. And I'm here to share the breakdowns of the things, the mindset shifts, and the things that I've come to realization while transitioning and pivoting, and that's holding women hostage and holding women back from literally living out in their full potential. The lie of good girl energy. And if you see me looking down, I have taken notes on my iPad. I've taken notes on my iPad so that we can stay on topic, so this video could go as smoothly as possible, because I mean business on this video. Okay, I need for the girls, the women, to get it. If you ever took time to just sit back and realize that men are praised for being confident, for being bold, for being ambitious, but when a woman does it, she's being called arrogant, or she's doing too much. That is what we call conditioning. And the sad part about it is I feel like most women don't realize how deep this really runs. Notice it because you'll question yourself most times before you move. You'll talk yourself out of opportunities because you're scared, or you don't want to be judged of how you're going to look doing it. You're going to look if it doesn't work out. Then, this one, you'll shrink your ideas down to make them more relatable. And I used to do this a lot because I noticed something about me, that I have this aura, and I have this, like, you know how something that just comes naturally for you that another woman might have to try hard to do, that just comes naturally for you. It sometimes become imitating to other women, and they try to use that very thing against you. It's happened to me several times in relationships, in friendships, or just like trying to partner with other women. It always pulls out the insecurity in them, but I always am open to making new relationships with women who think on a broader scale, which is why I'm always putting myself in rooms where they are. You put yourself in proximity. I did this year. Put myself in proximity with women who are having 100K days, 10K days, 30K days, not 30K months, not 30K years, days, weeks. Like, when you put yourself in that proximity, those women mindsets are totally different. They want to be in community majority of the time. Sometimes you'll run into the ones that are still in competition and secret competition with you, but you don't need to do business with them anyway. You don't need to be in proximity with them anyway. And when you ask God for that type of discernment, you'll see it a mile away. And this is another thing too. You'll wait for validation to launch. And I used to do this too, especially with my clothing brand. Think about this before launching. I remember a beanie that I created that I still plan on launching, that I still have. And I designed this shirt. I designed this top actually. I had to I'm planning on launching it again. I'm gonna relaunch my brand in 2026 in first quarter. Asking for approval, asking for validation before I launch. Like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Instead of doing and going by what I know my audience is going to like, because obviously if I'm creating it, 9 times out of 10 they like it. I haven't had a launch that flunked. Actually I did. It was some beanies, but essentially people still bought it. It just didn't go as well as I planned. And this is why I say you can plan things down to a T, but you still don't have control over how that thing's going to go. And I had to understand this myself because I had a controlling problem, and I had to surrender that to God, because I understood after pivoting from behind a chair, a lot of things came to the surface about myself as well, like things that I struggled with. Like I had a control problem, not in like relationships or anything like that, just with life and how you want things to go and your goals, and like I want this to go my way, and how can I make sure it's going to go my way? You can't. You can only do your best and put your best foot forward, and it can only go your way or better. And even if it does not go the way that you planned, there's a lesson that you have to learn in that. And that's just what it is. And I get this. I get the whole ordeal because it's exactly how I used to be, and it's exactly why I'm making this video. It goes back to when I was behind the chair, I tried to do everything right, staying right, booking angry clients, taking clients after they disrespected me, cussed me out, no boundaries in place. It was terrible. Showing up, smiling through exhaustion, the whole nine, right? You want to know exactly what that got me? It got me broke and burnt out. Essentially, that's what it came down to. It broke me down and it burnt me out. And it also broke my pockets, because when I realized that I could make the same amount of money online, I could make the same amount of money or more online. And I don't want to make it seem like it's just about money, because I genuinely do this because I want to help women understand their power. I want to help women understand how they can leverage resources that are right in front of them to get them out of survivor mode, because a woman can't thrive in survivor mode. You just can't. The game was never designed for you to win playing fair. It was never designed to do that. You live in an unfair world and you want to play fair. It's actually diabolical. And I said this in my last video, but I'm going to keep repeating it because I want y'all to get this, because I had to. When I say this, when I say why I play by the rules, I mean with integrity. Like, don't just be out here doing crazy things because I say, oh, break the rules. And I'm not saying that y'all gonna follow what I say, but y'all may take what I say and run with it, or you maybe take it with a grain of salt, or take it as it applies to you. Like, if the shoe fit, wear, but if it don't, you know, why would you try to run with two little shoes? When I stepped into strategy instead of struggle, that's when everything changed. That's when everything changed. I stopped being scared to promote myself. I stopped asking for permission to take up space in the online space. I stopped feeling guilty for wanting more. Ooh, and that's a big one. Feeling guilty for wanting more. Like, yes, it's okay to, it's perfectly fine to be blessed, to be grateful for what you have. But if you were created out of abundance, what makes you think that you are supposed to stay stagnant? If you've created a space where you have enough for you, you're supposed to go get more so that you can have space, you can have more to bless others. Like, we're not here for ourselves. We were not created to fulfill and go about life for just ourselves. That is very selfish. That's a selfish way to live. And do have to do for you first. Because if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of nobody else. So all of this came to place. That's when doors started opening me. That's when I started to get collabs. That's when I started to get hair collaborations. It's just when I believed that I deserved it. I believed that I could. I believed that it was okay for me to want more, to take up space, to be here, it is okay for me to pivot. Like, I really, for a very long time, for months at a time, I really kind of like, I don't want to say beat myself up, but I kind of just was like, why? Sometimes I question why was I doing it. And deep down inside, I know that I was burnt out. And I exhausted myself from that, from 19 to really 27, for real. The moment that you believe that you deserve to win, that's when you actually do start to win. And everything around you starts to change because you have changed. It's called the law of assumption, the law of attraction. You can only attract what you are. So if you're sitting here and you're wondering why you're not further yet, I want you to ask yourself this. Am I actually doing the work that is going to move the needle forward for me? Am I staying busy, or am I staying busy because I'm scared to take the risk? Because a lot of women, and I included myself, I still do this sometimes, that we confuse motion with progress. And it's not the same. You'll post, you'll plan, and you'll brainstorm. But deep down inside, you are scared of visibility. You're afraid of being judged. And baby, they judge Jesus. They judge. Girl, let me tell you something. People gonna judge you while you broke. People gonna judge you while you don't. People are gonna judge you while you broke. People are gonna judge you while you struggling. People are gonna judge you while you coming up. People are gonna judge you when you have it. People are gonna judge you when you make it. Just give them something to talk about. And the only reason why somebody will be talking about you is because when they talk about themselves, nobody listens. Moving on. You're also scared of outgrowing people that still see you as the old version of yourself. Baby, we are humans. We were created to grow. If you're not growing, then you're staying still. There's no middle ground. Growth requires uncomfortability, and especially in entrepreneurship, but just in life in general, growth requires uncomfortability. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And it's crazy for me to say this because this past year has been so uncomfortable for me. But I'm doing it. Here's the real thing that's stopping you. Not the lack of resource, not the lack of time. The inner voice that is whispering inside of you. Who do you think you are? You can't do this. And that's what I say, Myron Golden calls this false or lie identity. Is when you have picked up on the lies that people have told you while growing up. They might have told you, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not skinny enough. Those, and then you begin to believe it, and then it shows up, and then those voices whisper when you're trying to do something different or out of your comfort zone, or you're trying to push yourself to grow and to just further do things to evolve just as a human being. Those voices creep up and whisper. Those are called lie identity. This is why I would stand by. You don't need more hustle. You need to actually heal. And I also want to emphasize that healing, you have to heal as you grow. Because if you try to just heal and stand still, sometimes, especially with women, but for most women, you'll stay stagnant. You'll stay stuck there. Like, oh, I'm going to finish healing and then you move. No, you heal as you grow. You got to heal. You got to heal and still keep going. I'm not saying you can't rest. You can't take a break. No, please do, by all means, because stress is killing women more than anything else these days. But take your breaks, rest as needed, but also heal as you grow, because it's essential. And I don't want you to be stuck and stagnated. And like I said before, look up 5 years from now and you're in the same place, still going through the same thing because you feel like you're still healing. I've healed enough for this tax bracket. It's time to move. Because once you heal, that part of you that is scared to show up, she just naturally comes out when you heal and grow. Baby, you have overly healed for this tax bracket. It's time to move. The version of you that's already winning is inside of you. You just have to collapse time and catch up. Gotta collapse time and just catch up. That's it. That is all. You gotta catch up and get in alignment with that version of you. And things will start to flow. But you have to be in alignment. You have to be obedient. She's waiting for the permission. She's waiting for you to give her permission to lead. She already exists. You just gotta get in alignment. But winning doesn't mean you're loud. It doesn't mean you're perfect. And I struggle with that too. Oh my gosh. Women, the perfect part, because I had my coach / therapist told me, what part of you, what version of you, or what happened in your childhood, because something happened, right? So where somebody told you you had to show up. You had to show up perfectly, or you couldn't make mistakes. Something happened in your childhood, your adulthood. Something happened at that point where you felt like you can't make mistakes. You can't be shown messing up. Something happened along the way. And I had to dig deep for that answer too. Like, it doesn't mean you're perfect. You are imperfectly perfect the way you are, boo. Okay? I had to learn that too. You are imperfectly perfect. Thank you. You have to have it all figured out. And this is what, it doesn't even mean that you have to have it all figured out. I struggle with this as well. But because I felt like, oh, I can't start this if I don't have this, if I don't have that, that's what keeps women from not reaching their goals or attaining the things that they can attain, because you think that you got to have it all figured out before you get started. There's women that did things with less than you have, that that has exceeded. It went further than you can ever imagine, with less than you have, and with not even knowing half of the things that you know. Keep that in mind. Winning is when you decide to not betray yourself. When you stop ignoring your intuition. Stop settling for what looks good and demanding what feels good. You gotta live for more than what it looks like. But how does life feel? When you wake up in the morning, when you rest your head, how does your life feel to you? If you're not satisfied, there's something that you're going to have to change, because what you're not changing, you're choosing every single day. Your actions, your habits are leading up to this. Everything happens in the now. Prove your worth and start moving like you already have it, because you do. Goddard talks about this, but you can only have more of what you already have. What this means is you have to embody that energy of the woman that you want to do, that you want to show up as and become. You have to embody her. You only can have of more than what you already have. That cannot exist for you, because lack and abundance cannot coexist. Why you're not winning is because you're still waiting for somebody to come and tell you and give you permission to start. And I'm here to tell you, it's okay. Do the thing. Do the thing that you have been talking about. Do the thing that you've been talking about, dreaming about. Do the thing that keeps you up at night. Do that. It's okay to want more, and I'm here to tell you that it is. They're not meant to go with you to that heights. It's okay. They were meant to be left behind. Anybody that's meant to be with you on this journey, they will come. If not, they'll fall off, and they will remove themselves every single time. It's okay to want more money, more peace, more freedom. It's okay to step into your soft life and your CEO life at the same time. I don't like the girl boss thing. I really don't. Now I'm as an adult at 28, I don't like the girl boss thing. Being a woman that wins does not mean you're masculine, although those energies, masculine and feminine energy, lives in both male and female. Although it does, but it does not make you more masculine by being a woman that wins. It puts you at balance, because you need both. If this video hits, make sure that you subscribe, share, and hit the post bell notification so you know when I post. And check the description down below. I have resources down below in the description that can help you get started in the online space of bringing in money, bringing in income to help you make more, to bring you to the woman that you need to be. And I'm working on some other things to also elevate your mindset, templates that I've been using, and all the good things. So I would love to hear your feedback in the comments. What was a good part? What stood out to you in this video? And I'll see you next time. Bye. Love, but we got shit to do. Bye.